हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानश्चिन्वन्नूदिभिः सीदसादनम्। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रीशङ्कराचार्यस्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
शारदा राजन भगिनी।
लोभ प्रवृत्ति प्रारंभः कर्मणामशमस्पृहा रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ।
गुड।
शरद चवन महोदय।
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोहम एव च। यस सर।
गो अहेड।
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च तमस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नंदन।
गुड।
भानुरेखा भगिनी।
यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु प्रलयै याति देहभृत् तदोत्तमविदान् लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते।
गुड।
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढयोनिषु जायते।
गुड।
काश्मीरा भगिनी।
कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः सात्विकं निर्मलं फलम् रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्।
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
सत्त्वात् संजायते ज्ञानं रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसः भवतो ज्ञानमेव च।
Good. So we did up to this shloka yesterday. We continue today.
श्री लक्ष्मी भगिनी।
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः
मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः
मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः।
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः।
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः।
Good. Next.
लक्ष्मी बीवी भगिनी।
जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्ताः
जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्ताः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः
अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः।
जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. Next.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः.
Good. Next.
ललिता भगिनी.
जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. Next.
राजलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ताः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. Next.
अनुपमा भट्ट भगिनी.
Full shloka once.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. Next.
कृष्ण पावनी भगिनी.
नमस्ते महोदय.
Namaste.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. One more person.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी.
महोदय.
Namaste.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः.
Good. So, as of yesterday, we were talking about the various kinds of gunas across the 5 dimensions. And this is the last of the shlokas, which is describing the guna lakshanas across 5 dimensions. Okay. And we also seen the meaning of this yesterday. Anyhow, we'll once again look into that. We said that anybody who is having a sattva guna, which is predominant in them, they will be, after their death, the gati for them will be going to higher lokas. Higher lokas is going up. They go vertically up. So, uddham gacchanti sattvastaha. Those who are able to have a sattva guna as a predominant pattern of them, guna of them, then they will be able to, after the death, go up. Vertically, they go up. Whereas, madhye tishtanti rajasaha. The people who are primarily rajasic, those who are highly committed to their karmas, of course, they are not. We are talking about dharmic karmas, okay? It may be selfish karma or selfless karma, but we are talking about dharmic karmas. We are the person who is selfishly doing karma, but not causing any injury or harm to anybody, is also okay. That is only thing is that he may have to change his bhava to prasada buddhi bhava. Otherwise, he is also a kind of rajasic person doing karma. Those kinds of people will continue to gain papa, punya based on their various karmas that they do. what happens to those people will be, they will again come to the Manushya Loka, that is Madhye Tishtanti Rajasaha. Rajasic people, the previous Loka, we said that Karma Sangishu Jagate, they will be born among people who are always committed to doing action. So this one also says that they will be coming back to the Bhuloka, where they will be again engaged in the karmas. Based on the Papa Punyas, they will be able to once again reap the benefits and also be once again present in the Bhuloka. So the person with Sattvic Guna vertically moves up. The person with the Rajasic Guna continues to be only in the same place, Madhye Tishtanti. It is to note that we are in Bhuloka. It is in the Shastra say there are 6 lokas above, including Bhuloka. It is 7 lokas which are supposed to be upper lokas and 7 lokas which are lower lokas. So Udvam Gachanti Sattvastaha, Madhye Chittanti Rajasaha, Jaganya Gunavrittistaha. Then the people who are Tamasa, that is, who is that? Adho Gachanti Tamasaha, Tamasaha Gachanti Adho. They will be going down. Adaha means niche. Okay, Urdham is high, Adaha means niche. So Tamasaha Adaha Gachanti, they go down. They go down into lower order of planes of existence. So that is Jaganya Guna Vrittistaha means that is they'll be having lower natures, nature which are having lower level of gunas. Like yesterday we talked about plants and animals and worms, etc. And they go down also in terms of instead of Bhuloka being born as animals or plants, they also further go down to different types of lokas, whatever has been told in the what do you call in the Shastras. So now we have to understand that based on the gunas, the person will be able to have a gati which may take him up or keep him in the same levels or put him down. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. In this shloka, Bhagavan concludes the 3 gunas across the 5 dimensions. Okay, and another thing that we may have to understand is that no, we always talk about lokas, etc. I think all these, I do not know, but what I understand from some of the texts is that these lokas are all primarily fields of experience, planes of experience. For example, we will not be able to experience a lot of things with our own capability. Whereas there are a lot of Dirgadarshis and a lot of Rishis living in the Bhuloka itself, they'll be able to understand a lot of things in this particular life itself, in this particular body itself, in the body and thing that they have, they are able to have a different kinds of things that they can understand what's happening in the world. Like if you look at a dog is also living in the same plane, like whatever we are living. But a dog will be able to hear some frequencies which we will not be able to hear. They will be able to see something which we are not able to see. An owl will be able to see certain things in the night which we will not be able to see. So that means that they're all having different planes of experience. Okay, so these kinds of things that whatever we say can also be the planes of experience which we perhaps we are not able to have because of our limitations. But with you develop some of these kinds of qualities, then we will be able to have some kind of higher levels and higher planes of experiences. But the understanding is that Sattva people, they go up or they move up towards realization. Rajasic people, they get stagnated in the same plane, whereas people who are tamasic, etc., they go down in terms of their planes. Okay, that is the meaning that we need to understand. So with this, Bhagavan has concluded that the 3 gunas across 5 different dimensions. Now, you will be able to now connect to Karma Yoga also. In Karma Yoga also we have discussed that a person who has done a karma, he has got to reap the karma or enjoy the karma. He should be a bhokta either in this life or in the future life. That's what we understood. We said that the Sanchita karma is something that we will not be able to come out of it, right? Sanchita karma is going to bind us, and then based on the Sanchita karma that one has, they'll be able to take the next life. That's all things that we read in Karma Yoga. But now when you start looking at this is also talking about the same thing, because the karma done by the individual when he is living in this earth is determined by his gunas. See, you understand, earlier we saw Karma Yoga in isolation of gunas. But now we understand that a person who is doing karma in this particular life is determined, the kind of karma that he does is determined largely by the kind of guna he has. You will be able to now connect it. So based on the karma, a person will be able to get the kind of subsequent life. Now we understand that the karma that a person does is dependent upon the guna that the person has, and that itself will determine the kind of life that he is going to get, or the gati that the person is going to get. So you'll be able to now get a connect between the karma and also in the case of guna. Okay. So with this, Bhagavan has completed those 5 dimensions. So we'll go forward.
Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
Nanyang gunebhyah kartaram.
Nanyang gunebhya kartaram. Nanyang gunebhya kartaram.
Yata drashtanupashyati.
Yata drashtanupashyati. Yata drashtanupashyati.
Drashtanu, not drudra. Yada drashtanupashyati.
Yada drashtanupashyati. Yada drashtanupashyati.
Nanyang gunebhyah kartaram. Yada drashtanupashyati.
Nanyang gunebhya kartaram yada drashtanupashyati. Nanyang gunebhya kartaram yada drashtanupashyati.
Good. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Gunebhyascha param veti.
गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति
Adbhavam sodhi
मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति
Gunebhyascha parau veti. Madbhavam sodhi gacchati.
गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Nanyang gunebhyah kartaram. Yada drashtanupashyati.
नमस्ते महोदय.
Namaste.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति.
Good. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
Gunebhyascha parau veti. Madbhavam sodhi gacchati.
गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Bhanurekha Bhagini.
Nanyang gunebhyah kartaram. Yada drashtanupashyati. Gunebhyascha parau veti. Madbhavam sodhi gacchati.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परवेति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
Good. Next.
Lalita Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Full shloka once.
Nanyam gunebhyak kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha parau veti madbhavam sodhigacchati.
Good. Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Full shloka.
Usha Srinivasan Bhagini. Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
Good. Next, one more person.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bagini.
नान्यं गुणेभ्यः कर्तारं यदा द्रष्टानुपश्यति गुणेभ्यश्च परौ वेत्ति मद्भावं सोऽधिगच्छति.
Okay, now we have seen a similar kind of shloka earlier. I am not able to recollect immediately. Here, Drashtana Pashyati, the person who is seeing, he is not seeing anything other than the gunas, which is the doer. Okay. Now, we know that Nirguna Brahman, that is the Atma, is a non-doer. We have seen that in some of the previous slokas also. It is the body-mind complex only which is doing everything. And Atma is a non-doer. It is just witness consciousness. Similarly here, Gunepya Kartaram Anyam Na. Apart from gunas being the doer, there's nothing other than that. That is the way a person is able to see. Which means that the person, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, if he knows himself, he knows that whatever is being done is done by body-mind complex, which is a part of gunas. Right? It is a guna. Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. That's what we have studied yesterday. So he is seeing nothing other than the guna is the one, it is the kartaram. That is the one who is doing the thing. If that is the way somebody is able to see that, then the seer is gunepyascha param. He is someone beyond the gunas. That he is something beyond guna means he is nirguna parabrahmam. If they are able to understand that the person is gunebhyascha param, he is apart from these gunas, then those people are the ones who have understood themselves. They know that gunas are doing the entire work. They are not doing it. It is body-mind complex. It is reflected consciousness plus the body-mind complex is all the kinds of jivatma, individuality which is doing everything, where I am only a witness consciousness of everything. That means the entire thing is done by, not by me, but by the gunas themselves. And I am something beyond the gunas. If somebody knows that, then he is a person who has known his Atma, and then he says that such kinds of people, Madbhavam sa adhigacchati, saha Madbhavam adhigacchati, they will be able to immediately get my own nature. So this shloka is similar to some shloka that we have seen in Karma Yoga or some other place also, where it's very clearly told that it is body-mind complex which does all the work. Atma akartaram. Here he says that gunas are kartaram. Other than that, there's nobody else is doing anything. And it is what the Atma is beyond the gunas, and anybody knowing that he is able to come to my own nature. That is the meaning of this sloka. Nanyam gunepya kartaram yada drashtana pashyati. He is able to see that nothing other than guna is the actual doer. He is able to understand that. Then that particular person is beyond the gunas, and he is able to come to my own nature, adhigacchati, very, very quickly. Okay, that is the meaning of this sloka. Next.
Usha Srinivasan Bagini.
Sorry, sir. The screen ran away.
Are you able to see it now, or we have to call somebody else?
No, I'm able to see, sir.
Okay. Guna netanatityatreen.
Guna netan atitya, sir. It is.
I'll tell you, it is guna. Etan guna, gunan etan. Atitya is transcended. Gunan etan atitya. Three gunan etan atitya. Okay, three gunas. So etan means these people who have gone transcended beyond the three gunas. Gunan etan atitya three. Gunan etan atitya three.
Okay, sir. Gunan etan. Okay, sir. Should I repeat?
Yeah, please repeat.
Gunanetanatityatreen dehi deha samudbhavan. Gunanetanatityatreen Dehi Deha Samudbhavan.
It is Dehi, not Dehi. Dehi.
Dehi.
Dehi. Guna Neta Natityatrin. Dehi Deha Samudbhavan.
Gunanetanatityatreen Dehi Deha Samudbhavan. Gunanetanatityatreen Dehi Deha Samudbhavan.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Kashmira Bhagini.
Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi.
जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः
Vimukto Mrutamashnute.
विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते
Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi. Vimukto Mrutamashnute.
जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Good. Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
Guna Neta Natityatrin. Dehi Deha Samudbhavan.
गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देहि देहसमुद्भवान् गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देहि देहसमुद्भवान्.
Good. Next.
Krishna Pavani Bhagini.
Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi. Vimukto Mrutamashnute.
जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Good. Next.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
Guna Neta Natityatrin. Dehi Deha Samudbhavan. Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkaihi. Vimukto Mrutamashnute.
गुणानेतानि च त्रिन देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Good. Next.
गुण
Only once is sufficient. 2 lines, no? Only once is sufficient. Yeah. Next.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes, sir. गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Good. Next.
Vijaya Lakshmi Bhagini.
गुणानेथानतीत्यत्रीन् देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Good. Next. One more person.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
गुणानेतानतीत्यन्त्रीन् देहि देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
Okay. So now, Dehi in this particular case is the indweller or Atma, Sutta Chaitanyam. That is a Dehi. Dehi is an indweller. Okay. Etan Trin Gunan Deha Samudbhavan. These 3 gunas that we have, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, these 3 gunas are responsible for this body that we have got. Deha Samudbhavan, Etan Trin Gunan. Okay. We have now understood that karmas are dependent upon gunas, and based on karma and guna only we get a body that we have seen that. Udvam Gachanti Ado Madhye Tishtanti, Ado Gachanti. We already understood that and what kind of body one will be able to get depending upon the kind of predominant guna that they have been able to cultivate. Nevertheless, they have to also ensure that till such time they are ajnani, till such time they have not got liberation, they are accountable and answerable for karma phala. That is, Papa and Punya has got to be accounted for and answered so that the bodies will be given accordingly. But only thing is when somebody is already in the process of knowing Atma Jnana, then Bhagavan assures them that they'll be continuously supported by the right environment for their spiritual growth. And every Janma they'll be able to take a better birth so that they'll be able to continuously grow towards spiritual liberation. So now we have to understand that the Deha Samudbhavan, the body that has been formed, the body that has been given for the Dehi, for the indweller, is dependent upon the three in Gunan. It is dependent upon the three gunas that a person is having. Okay. The one Aditya, a person who is able to cross over these three gunas or transcend. Who is that? That is the Dehi is the person who is a Nirgunam. If by using your own intellect, if somebody is able to transcend the gunas and know that I am not any one of these gunas, I am beyond the gunas, I am a Nirguna Brahman. Once he is able to transcend the gunas, which are responsible for the body, if the person is able to transcend the gunas, then what happens? He has really understood himself as Aham Brahmasmi. Then for those people, Janmam, Mrityu, Jara, Dukkaihi, they will not have a birth. Maranam will not be there. Janmam, Mrityu, Jara, old age will not be there. Dukkha, Shloka will not be there. And then they will become a Vimukta, they will get liberated. And then Amurtam Atnuthe, they will be able to get immortality. So at the end of the day, Bhagavan, what is the Jnana Palam? The Jnana Palam is that if the what is the advantage of having crossing the three gunas? The three gunas have to be transcended. Sattva guna is also binding, that's what we said. But Sattva guna is going to help in terms of having the jnana, understanding the jnana. Okay, so now the person who is able to cross the three gunas which are responsible for the formation of this body, those people will be able to cross over the cycle of life and death, cycle of samsara, and then they get liberated, vimuktaha, and then they'll be able to get amrutam atnuthe, they get immortality. So at the end of the day, what is the palam? What is the kind of fruit for crossing over the three gunas? The fruit is immortality. Okay. Guna netarati tyatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkaihi vimukto mrutamashnute. Good. Next.
Veena Fanishri Bhagini.
Arjuna Uvacha Kailingai Strin Gunanetan.
Arjuna Uvacha Kairlingai Trin Gunanetan. Kairlingai Trin Gunanetan.
Atito Bhavati Prabho.
Atito Bhavati Prabho. Atito Bhavati Prabho.
Kairlingai Strin Gunanetan. Atito Bhavati Prabho.
Kairlingai Strin Guruna. Kairlingai Strin Gunanetan. Atito Bhavati Prabho.
Once again. Once again.
Screen, sir. Screen, sir.
Screen is frozen, huh?
No, it's seen.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So
Lakshmi Bibi Bhagini.
Kimachara
Katanchaitan.
Kimachara Katanchaitan. Kimachara Katanchaitan.
Trin Gunanati Vartate.
Trin Gunanati Vartate. Trin Gunanati Vartate.
Kimachara Katanchaitan. त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Next.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bhagini.
कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो
कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो
Good. Next.
Kashmira Bhagini.
किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Good. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Good. Next.
Sheela Shinde Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Good. One more person.
Sri Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yes, sir. अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैस्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथञ्चैतान् स्त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते
Good. So this particular sloka is almost identical to sloka 254, second chapter 54. When in that particular time, Bhagavan was talking of Siddha Prajna. When Bhagavan was talking about Siddha Prajna and he was talking about, he finished his Karma Yoga portion, then Arjuna asked Bhagavan for knowing something about Siddha Prajna. So Arjuna asked a question in the 254, no? Arjuna Uvacha, Siddha Prajnasya ka bhasha, samadhistastava keshava, Sitadi kim prabhasheta, Kimadita Kimbraje. He wanted to know the lakshanas of characteristics of a Siddha Prajna. He asked him, how does he look like? How does he behave? How does he walk? How does he sit? All those things he asked. Because he wanted to know how does a person who has become a Siddha Prajna, a Siddha Prajna is the person who has understood himself. He is also a Brahman. He has understood his Brahman. So he asked him, how do I know him? How do I be able to recognize him? What characteristics he will be able to show and what kind of way he will behave? So he asked two different things he wanted. Then Bhagavan continues with lot of Dukkesh, Vadadignamanaha, Sukesh, Vedaspraha. He gave around 7-8 different kind of lakshanas for Siddha Prajna. This is almost the same question only. Because a Siddha Prajna and Gunatita both are same. A person with Siddha Prajna is a person who has realized himself. Gunatita, a person who has transcended the gunas, also a person who has known himself. He has also knows Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, he also knows that. But here, The same question he is asking. Kaihi lingaihi tringunanetan atito bhavati prabhu. Lingaihi in this part, lingam means characteristics. Okay. Kaihi lingaihi means what kinds of characteristics. Tringunan etan atitaha. The one who has already crossed over the three gunas, bhavati prabhu. What kinds of characteristics he will be able to show? He is asking the same kind of question. That how do I recognize him? Yesterday also somebody asked a question, how do we know? We may not be able to know. Okay, but he is asking how do we recognize what kinds of characteristics they will be able to display. Their characteristic displayed may be possible that they will be displaying the same kind of characteristics, but whether somebody has realized or not, we will not be able to say. So he is asking how do I know what kind of characteristics they will be able to exhibit. So kai lingaihi tringunan etan tringunan atitaha kai lingaihi bhavati. He is asking a person who has crossed over these three types of gunas and transcended, what kind of characteristics he will be able to exhibit. That's what is the first question. Second question is that Kim achara, what kind of discipline, what kind of conduct is required? Katancha cha etan. What kind of conduct, what kind of discipline I need to have, or anybody should have, so that etan trin guna adivartave, then only they will be able to cross over these three gunas. So he is asking two questions. The first question is that what are the characteristics of the person who has been able to transcend the three gunas? First question. Second question, how does he conduct himself and what kind of disciplines he follows so that he is able to cross over? That is a preparatory portion of it. So one is he wants to see the general behavior of a person who has crossed over. Second one is what are the kinds of achara, that he conduct and discipline that is required to cross over the three gunas. So these two things that he is asking. Okay, now next.
Krishnapavani Bhagini.
Shri.Bhagavanuvacha prakashancha pravrittincha.
Shri.Bhagavan prakashancha pravrittincha
Mohameva cha pandava.
Mohameva cha Pandava
Prakashancha pravrittincha mohameva cha pandava.
Prakashancha pravrittincha mohameva cha Pandava. Prakashancha pravrittincha mohameva cha Pandava.
Good. Next.
Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
Nadveshti sampravruttani.
Nadveshti sampravruttani. Nadveshti sampravruttani.
Nanivruttani kankshati.
Nanivruttani kankshati. Nanivruttani kankshati.
Nadveshti sampravruttani. Nanivruttani kankshati.
Nadveshti sampravruttani. Nanivruttani kankshati. Nadveshti sampravruttani. Nanivruttani kankshati.
Good. Next.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
Shri.Bhagavanuvacha prakashancha pravrittincha mohameva cha pandava.
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशञ्च प्रवृत्तिञ्च मोहमेव च पाण्डव प्रकाशञ्च प्रवृत्तिञ्च मोहमेव च पाण्डव.
Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Nadveshti sampravruttani nanivruttani kankshati.
Nadveshti sampravruttani nanivruttani kankshati. न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Good. Next.
Rajeshwari Shivashankar Bhagini.
Shri.Bhagavan.Uvacha Prakashancha Pravrittincha Mohamevacha Pandava Nadveshti Sampravrittani Nanivrittani Kankshati.
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Good. Next.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
श्रीभगवान् उवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Nadveshti. Nadveshti.
Okay. न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Good. Next.
Correct.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Good. One more person.
Mrinalini Gopalan Bhagini.
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति.
Good. So here, he has now asked the question, what is the kind of characteristics of the people who have been able to transcend the three gunas, and what are the kinds of disciplines and achara they are going to follow. So Bhagavan says, Prakashancha, Pravrittincha, Mohamevacha Pandava. If you look at the person who has already transcended that, but still living in this particular body, he knows that though he is a person with Sattva-guna predominance, he will definitely be having Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamo-guna also. We said the 70-20-10. That's what we said yesterday. As a thumb rule, we can take it as 70-20-10 for a person who has been able to have a Sattva-guna being dominant. Okay, but now let us assume that this person has also transcended Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamo-guna. Nevertheless, he is going to be in this particular body. His body has not fallen away. So when the body has not fallen away, and he is going to be having lot of interaction with the world, when he is going to be in this particular world and interacting with people, interacting with various kinds of situations, certain situations can be prakasham. You might have remembered, there are three different words Bhagavan has used for describing the three people. For Sattva-guna people, he said prakasham. Okay, whereas in the case, that is brightness. Whereas in the case of the Rajoguna people, he said pravrutti, the person who are eager to be engaged in worldly activities. And for Tamoguna person, he said moham, he said delusive people, people who are absolutely ignorant, ignorant, and then they are absolutely confused people. So if you look at that way, Prakasham, Pravrutti, Moham, all the three things are a combination for any person living in this world. But only thing is that the person who has crossed over the three gunas, he will be able to, situations may arise when there could be a spark. He will be able to sit in a very quiet room. Fantastic. So he is going to be, that is a Sattva guna is very, very high sitting in a room. Okay. He is not going to, at that particular point in time, somebody is going and calling bell is being hit. He is not going to have any kind of dvesham for that. Because he knows that he is beyond that. And it is just a thing that is happening in the world. He'll just accept it because he is already guna atita. So he is not going to, when he is going to be in prakasham, when he is going to be sattva guna kind of situation, it is not going to hurt. Supposing he is doing some kind of seva, he is doing some kind of karma. At that particular point in time, when he wanted to do a seva, and there has been some kind of obstructions, he is again not going to get impacted by that. Na dveshti. Then he may be sitting and then he may suddenly start yawning and feeling like going to sleep. The tamoguna is taking shape. He knows that the body wants to sleep. So that also he does not have any kind of hatred. So anything that happens, sampravruttani, anything that arises, it might be a kind of arising for sattva guna, or arising of rajas guna, or arising of a tamas guna. He is not going to have anything against that. He is not going to hate that. Nat veti sampravruttani. Any situation as it comes, as it arises, it might be a situation of sattvic or rajasic or tamasic, nat vesti. He is not going to have any kind of hatred for that. One. Second thing, na nivruttani. Already lot of things have passed in the life. Okay, many things have passed. And then he is not going to have any desire for those things that has already gone. Na nivrittani kamshati. So what has gone away, he does not have any kind of desire for those kinds of things also. He says one of the things is that he is not going to have any kind of desire, nor he is going to have any kind of hatred, which might be arising out of the current situation or a past situation. And it might be because of something that is going to be the situation may be rajas or tamas or sattvic, irrespective of situation, because he has already transcended the three gunas, he is not going to be impacted. Na dveshti, na kamshati, sampravruttani, nivruttani. He is going to be absolutely sita prajna. It's like that. Okay. So that is the meaning of this particular shloka. So because he's already gone beyond that. Okay. So most of these kinds of things we might have also seen in the sita prajna. But only thing is that they have been differently worded in terms of understanding it from the perspective of the guna atita. Okay. Next.
Lalita Bhagini.
Udasinavadasinah.
उदासीनवदासीनः उदासीनवदासीनः
गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते.
गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते.
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते.
Good. Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
Guna vartanta ityeva.
गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव
योवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते
गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
Good. Next.
Charachavan Mahodaya.
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते. गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
उदासीनवदासीन गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव यो वा तिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
योवतिष्ठति, not yova, योवतिष्ठति.
उदासीनवदासीन गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
And the first line, udasino, udasina, vadasina. Ha should be
Udasina, udasina, vadasina. Okay, sir.
Okay, good. One more person.
Rajalakshmi Bhagini.
उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
Good. One more person.
श्रीलक्ष्मी भगिनी.
Yes, sir. उदासीनवदासीनः गुणौर्यो 1 minute, sir. उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
Okay, one more person.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी.
Yes, sir. उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते.
So now we are looking at the characteristics of a Gunatita, the person who has transcended the 3 gunas. So how does he look? Udasinavat asinaha. As he is Udasinavat means as though he is indifferent. Okay, something is happening. Okay, I'm just walking. I'm just looking at it and I'm seeing some birds flying. I'm just indifferent to it. I know that it's flying. Yes, okay, it's flying. I find the trees trembling. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Fine. So I'm indifferent to it. In no way I'm getting impacted or affected by that. Udasinavat asinaha. So I remain indifferent to what is happening, right? Outside. When we look at the world of things and when we go and see something, we just look at that. When you look at the sea, we are indifferently, we look at it. Yeah, waves are coming, sea is beautiful. That's it. We are just indifferent to what is happening over there. That's called Udasinavat asinaha. Gunaihi yaha na vichalyate. So, the person who is not getting disturbed with the gunas action. Okay. And they find that a person will be able to know that guna vartanta, it is all the play of gunas. Anything, supposing if a person is finding that somebody is acting, he will be able to see that it is all the gunas of the person that is acting, not the atma. Similarly, when he is also finding that sattva rajo guna inside him is making some kinds of external actions based on what is required at any specific moment when he is living in his body, the person knows that it is the action of the gunas. And then he is udasinavat asinaha. He remains as though he is indifferent to it. Then he is a person who will be just indifferent to all such kinds of things, knowing very well that everything that is acting is all because of guna through the body mind complex, and he is totally different, and he is not vichalyate, he is not going to get disturbed, and yovatishtati, he will remain ne ingate, he will never be shaken up. Like we have also seen in one of the shlokas in the 4th or 5th chapter, I think 6th chapter, like when there is no air available in the room, the lamp's wick will be beautiful. The na ingate, it will not shake. The kind of mind that one has to develop will be to keep a mind which does not waver. When we looked at Atma Sanjama Yoga, for mind we said na ingate. So here also this guy is na ingate. He just remains unaffected by what is happening. Udasinavat asinaha. He remains as though he is indifferent. He remains indifferent, and he knows that everything is between the gunas. It's all acting is because of gunas, and no way that he is impacted, and he just remains absolutely na ingate, unshaken. That is the meaning of this sloka, because we are now talking about the characteristic of that. In fact, 23, 24, and 25, all the 3 things will be able to explain the 2 things: the characteristics of the person, and also the kind of discipline and achara of that person. Maybe 24, 25 will take tomorrow, and then we'll be concluding this chapter. Probably tomorrow we'll conclude this chapter and also make a starting for the 15th chapter, that is Purushottama Yoga. Okay, so with this we'll stop for today. Udvam gachanti tatvastaha madhye tishtanti rajasaha jaganyaguna vrittistaha adho gachanti tamasaha nanyang gunebhyah kartaram yatha drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha parau veti madbhavam sodhi gacchati गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन् देही देहसमुद्भवान् जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते अर्जुन उवाच कैर्लिङ्गैः स्त्रीन् गुणानेतान् अतीतो भवति प्रभो किमाचारः कथं चैतान् स्त्रीन् गुणानतिवर्तते श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रकाशं च प्रवृत्तिं च मोहमेव च पाण्डव न द्वेष्टि सम्प्रवृत्तानि न निवृत्तानि काङ्क्षति उदासीनवदासीनः गुणैर्यो न विचाल्यते गुणा वर्तन्त इत्येव योऽवतिष्ठति नेङ्गते ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो